Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video. In this video, I want to talk more about raids. Now, if you're wondering what a raid is, then I have already put together a video explaining the fundamentals of raids and raiding, and how that will apply to Destiny. So if you want to see that, then stick around till the end of the video for a link. Today, however, I want to share a few more raid-related details. Raids have been, and still are, one of Destiny's best-kept secrets, and we still don't know a great deal about them, but in yesterday's Bungie weekly update, design lead Luke Smith shared a few more details, so here's everything you need to know. I'm going to jump around a bit here, but first up, I want to talk about how raids will fit into your weekly schedule. For those of you that played World of Warcraft, you'll no doubt be familiar with what I'm about to discuss, but to anyone new to raids, allow me to explain. In Destiny, Tuesday will be an important day for you going forwards. Why Tuesday, you ask? Tuesday is Reset Day. In World of Warcraft, Reset Day was Wednesday, and what that meant was that any raids you had completed were then open to run through again. You could get your new weekly quests, and much more. I'll spare you all the details, but what this means for Destiny is that raids are reset on Tuesday. If you've been following what little information we've had on raids so far, you should already know that they will be hard, they will be long, and they will take dedication. What's cool about them, however, is that you don't have to do it all in one. If, like me, you have a day job, then you clearly can't sit down and dedicate 24 hours straight to trying to complete a raid. So what you do is you do it in stages. Let's say on day 1, you and your party make your way into the raid, you work your way through the first couple of rooms, perhaps fight your first mini-boss, then one of your party members has an early start the next day, so you decide to call it a day as a group, and that's fine. You then hop on tomorrow, pick up where you left off, and carry on. You repeat this cycle, gradually working your way through the raid, bit by bit, until you eventually, hopefully, reach the final boss and complete it. Tuesday, however, will be your looming deadline. If by Tuesday you haven't completed the raid, then it resets, and you're back to square one. So you can take your time, just not too much time. So now you know how it fits into your weekly Destiny and work schedule, but what are you actually up against? Well, first up, there are two difficulties for raids, normal and hard. Normal is designed for you to run through the first time, learn the layout of the raid, learn the enemies, the bosses, where you're most likely to encounter impending doom. Once you completed the raid on normal, you then unlock hard mode, and you can do it all over again. The harder difficulty will reward you with much better weapons and gear, so it's worth it in the long run, but it will be a while before you get there. So, combining the fact that there are multiple difficulties, and you can stagger your progress throughout the week, you should begin to get an idea of how hard and long these are going to be. But how long? You may remember chatter online a while back about the time Bungie invited an esports team into the studio and had them tackle a raid, and they came out 16 hours later defeated. In this week's weekly update, Luke speaks a bit more about that and irons out some of the confusion. I'm not going to read the whole article. If you want to do that, I'll put a link in the description box down below and you can pick it up there, but the summary is that during the time it wasn't all solid playing. It was a UR session, or user research session, and during that time the teams played, observed, ate pizza, etc, all that kind of good stuff. The summary is though that out of the 4 teams playing, 2 of them made it to the final boss but didn't defeat it, another team made it to the final encounter but had to be skipped through an earlier segment, and the final team gave up and went back to playing missions and strikes. Now again, this serves to illustrate how difficult these will be, but do bear in mind that while these guys they brought in were pros in their field, esports, competitive gaming against humans is a completely different game to raiding. Sure, they still have gun skill, teamwork and all that good stuff, but it's a different type of opponent, so just because they couldn't do it, doesn't mean you won't be able to. Now if it's really going to be that hard and the challenge is standing in front of you, you might be thinking, why on earth do I want to do this? Loot. Loot is the reason. Completing the raid and getting the loot means when you stand in the tower and that level 5 walks past you, doubles back and stands in front of you, opens the inspect menu and looks at your gear, yeah, that moment makes it all worth it. You will look awesome. Every class will have an entire gear set that they can acquire from the Vault of Glass. They'll need to chase it across both difficulties, but it is there for you to get. And on top of that badass looking gear, there are raid weapons. Each of Destiny's 9 weapon archetypes have a legendary version that can be obtained within the raid. The gear is themed to the raid and the enemies you'll encounter, so as and when they add more raids in the future, you can guarantee there'll be more awesome gear. The Vault also has more rewards hidden away as well, but Bungie didn't want to disclose more details on them just yet, so for the time being, that's everything about the raids. Also, one quick thing worth mentioning is that looting in Destiny, as you've experienced in the beta, is private, so there's no worry about someone ninjaing your loot. What's yours is yours. And there you have it. That is everything we know now about raids. Combine that with the first video I put up, which kind of talks about raids and how they work, and the Vault of Glass, then you now have everything you need to know that is currently disclosed. It's unlikely that Bungie will speak any further about raids until the game launches, which means in just over a week you're going to find out for yourself. Well, actually, it'll probably be more than a week, because you're going to need to spend that first couple of weeks trying to level yourself up, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Drop a comment down below and let me know what you think about the upcoming raids. Do you think you have what it takes to defeat the Vault of Lost? As always, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, show your support, it does really help me out, and obviously don't forget to subscribe for daily gaming videos. Thanks again for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.